What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Happy to be back. Happy to be back. How y'all doing? Peace, love, and light. You know, to all the viewers out there. I want to come through and I want to talk about something that I feel rarely gets talked about. Whoever may come across this video, I want to make y'all aware of we might want to take a look at the fact that possibly the possibility of evil spirits. Okay. Evil spirits. Evil spirits. It's a trip when you think about the saying, are you in good spirits? Or, what kind of spirit you in? What kind of spirit you have. I even heard Dr. Amos Wilson talk about how a person's character, right, is a spirit. What type of character they have, or how did he say it? Well, I forgot, so I'm gonna keep moving. But man, what influenced me to make this video was the tragedy of the viral situation that's going down, that happened to the precious young lady in Chicago. And it kind of hit home for me because I lost my little sister in a similar way, to alcohol, a night out partying, with young adults. And like I said, I lost my little sister to a very similar way. Rest in heaven, Tiffany. So I want to talk about how we really is dropping the ball as older people and being influential in younger adults' lives. We really are dropping the ball, because I was there. I was there. I've been to them type of parties. I've been gone drunk plenty of times. How did I make it back? I'm blessed. God was with me. God is still with me, and God was with me, and I'm very grateful for that. So we dropping the ball. Being influential in young adults' lives, because young adults, they just really have no idea, at that young age, at that 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, up until 25. You know what I mean? they really just don't know. They really just don't know no better. They really just not mature. And I feel like us older, us older people, we dropping the ball and being influential, with being influential in their lives, and setting a good example, and kind of being hands on. You know what I mean? Kind of being hands on. You know, just being there. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, they need us. At that age, they need us. They really do. Because like I said, I was there. I was there. I made it through that old life. I made it through there. You know what I mean? And looking back at it, it's like, wow. It's like, I can't believe I made it through. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it was it was some rough nights. Rough nights. I was a real deal alcoholic. Like, real deal alcoholic. Serious. Like damn near every time I drunk, it was a drunk occasion. You feel me? It was a bad result at the end. But what I want to get into and talk about is evil spirits, man. Especially as it pertains to alcohol. You always hear the saying that alcohol is a bottle full of spirits, and where you're drinking spirits and things like that. And but what takes place during alcohol is when people begin to drink, you basically open yourself up to spirits. You know what I mean? You basically open yourself up to spirits, because basically what happens is you got spirits who are no longer in the physical no more, and they're seeking at any chance to get inside the physical body. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you start dealing with alcohol, you making that a possibility for spirits to come through and try to just feel some type of physical, to try to be on this plane for some type of short period of time. They use you as as an avatar for that. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I really don't like too much going nowhere where it's a lot of drinking, that real heavy drinking, that because I kind of think about it like, damn, like say you go to a bar, right, or a club or whatever, bar, club, same difference, and everybody in there getting lit. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm just up in there sober, like, you know what I'm saying, on point, on P's and Q's, and I look around, like, man, I'm in a club full of spirits. You know what I'm saying? Like, people drink and turn into something that's totally not them, and it's a reason for that. You know what I mean? It's a reason for that. So that's something you got to be aware of. That's something that you got to be aware of. And another thing I've been wanting to talk about for a long time is a story I came across in Manly P. Hall's book, Secret Teachings of All Ages. And I came across this story in this book a long time ago, man. And this story stuck with me because it's a hell of a story. And it's basically about a magician. And I want to say the 1800s, but it could be the 1600s, anywhere from the 16 to the 1800s, somewhere up in that time. It was a magician, and he came across some information on how to evoke spirits, utilizing the pentagram and things like that. And he came across a book. He found out how to evoke these spirits, and he wanted to get the most powerful spirit, that can bring things to him, at the drop of a dime. Because all spirits wasn't fast. Some spirits were slower than others. So he wanted to get a powerful spirit that can bring things to him just like that. And what happened is that, to cut a long story short, it was a deal that had to be made. The spirit just wasn't gonna come and just grant him, just work for him without him bringing something to the table. So what the spirit wanted was his soul, or something like after death. He had to serve the spirit after death. So the spirit served him here on this plane, and after death he would have to serve the spirit. And basically that's the pact that he made. And just cutting a long story short, just kind of giving you the gist of it, what really blew my mind is he talked about how you have situations where you have people who have pacts with these entities, and what happens is they have that deal for their soul or whatever. So basically once that deal is up, their life has to, their life come to an end because they made that deal, and now the entity want the soul. But what people can do to prolong themselves is that they can send other souls to the entity to keep themselves alive, and the entity will want so many souls a year or whatnot. And now, instead of them giving their soul, they send other souls to the entity. Man. That's deep. So what I'm saying is you gotta be careful out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get too superstitious or nothing like that. But, sometimes when I see what's going on today, you know what I mean? It's like ill out here for real. And you gotta be on your P's and Q's, you gotta be on your toes, and you gotta be, stay woke, and just really pay attention and really be smart. You know what I mean? Because if you really pay attention and keep your eyes open, man, it's ill out here. Real loving and real caring people, real having a compassion for people, or people having a real compassion for other people, and having a compassion for life, and not being self-centered and not being cutthroat. I mean, that's like, that's like something that you don't get no more. You feel what I'm saying? That's like something you don't get no more. So I just wanted to share that. I just wanted to share that information, man, because like I said, I ain't trying to be too superstitious. I really don't. I can't say whether it's something is or ain't true, but sometimes it just set off thinking. Because if you really just pay attention what's going on today, It's ill. It's ill, man. You know, you know, with all the craziness going on, it's just ill. Um, that's all I pretty much wanted to come through and talk about. You know, it's the evil spirit thing, man. You know, and I'm just kind of like aware of the fact, man, that spirits jump through people all the time. You know, spirits jump through people all the time. That's the way I feel about it. Sometimes, man, like lately, like it's been like negativity coming at me, like from every single angle that it could possibly come from. And I'm like, for what though? I stay positive, I stay loving, I stay caring. You know, I don't wish nothing on nobody. I'm always in good spirits. You know, but I was just getting attacked, you know. And I just see it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I just see it. And you know, just to keep it 100 though, I believe it's other good energies to harness too. I don't think anytime you harness an energy that it's necessarily a bad energy that harness you, but I believe it's different energies or different entities or different higher forms of information that could be tapped into. And I personally believe some very, very great musicians and entertainers and actors and things like that, I believe some of them may have learned how to maybe inhabit some type of. I mean, some of this kind of came out with the Beyonce thing and the Nicki Minaj thing. Look at Jim Carrey. Look at how he can do so many characters. You might say, well, you know, that's you know, he's just a good actor. You know what I mean? But you know, that's what I was talking about. What Dr. Amos Wilson was talking about, how a person's character is embodying a spirit. You see what I'm saying? Them different characters, when a person is able to do different characters like that, them is different spirits. You feel me? Look at Jim Carrey, all them different characters he can play. That's different spirits. You feel me? Look at Eddie Murphy. All them different characters he could play, like, what was it? Professor Clump. Nutty Professor. You know what I mean? Them's different spirits. You know, I believe that. I believe that, man. Even singers, man. Entertainers or whatever and whatnot. So some people was not going to ever look at the unseen, you know, but the unseen influenced the seen so much, you know. But it's hard to talk about because everybody is not going to look at the unseen. So when you talk about the unseen, it begins to some people can think it's a little you know, that's some, you know, some BS. I ain't with that. I ain't trying to hear that. Or you never know. Some people could be on some old you know, cover up, play the role, you know, downplaying the situation to do some cover up stuff. I don't know. You know what I mean? But the unseen influences the seen. You know, I was checking out this guy, Eric Thomas. I like to watch his videos. It's very motivating. You know, he do the motivational speeches. It's real good. I like to check him out. And he was talking about how in his college they have they do this test, this IQ test, and it's 3 rows, and each row is 3 dots, and you supposed to draw lines. You supposed to draw 9 lines through these dots without never stopping the pencil. And the only way for you to draw these 9 lines without stopping the pencil and all of the lines connecting, the only way that you can do this is to actually go outside the box. So you have to go, you have to draw your lines higher, than the top dot. The line actually has to go higher than that. And when I seen that, I was tripping. I'm like, wow. In order for the person to actually have to pass the IQ test, they actually have to think outside of the box, right? But I'm looking at it like the box, the 9 dots, the 3 rows and 3 dots in them. That square of dots, them 3 rows and them 3 rows of 3 dots is the physical plane, right? This is how I'm looking at it. Them 3 dots, them set of 3 dots, three rows of dots is the physical plane. And going outside of that is reaching outside of the physical plane. You see what I'm saying? And once you reaching outside of the physical plane, you feel me? And reaching outside of the physical plane is actually how to complete the IQ test. That's how I look at it. So that's another thing. I kind of do feel like everything is spiritual. I'm a real spiritual person, for real. I do feel like everything is spiritual. I believe when people do real great things, I think that they tap into spirituality when they do really great things, whether it's sports, speech, whatever it is a person do, whatever your area of mastery is. I believe when a person reach that point of mastery, I believe it's spiritual. I believe it's a spiritual thing. I had a person one time ask me what do spiritual mean to me, and I was kind of being funny, you know what I mean, because I think I wanted to be bothered at the time, but I was kind of being funny. But what I actually said is that what spiritual to me is when Barry Sanders get the ball and the whole team is after him, and he juked the whole team out. And run for the touchdown. Like, that's spiritual to me. You know what I mean? Like, but it's deep when I thought about it, because even when you see that, you like wowed out. Like, how did he do that? You know what I mean? Like, so it's like tapping into something. You tapping into something unknown. You know what I mean? Tapping into the unknown. But I'm gonna shut this down. I just wanted to talk about, being aware of the fact that, it's evil spirits out here, and you gotta know how to basically how to handle that situation, or how to guard yourself to stay away from them situations. Where that evil lurk at, and prey on people. You know what I mean? Because I believe it's real. Not to get too superstitious, nothing like that, but I believe it's real, man. You gotta be careful out here. You know what I mean? Because everybody ain't good. It's good in the universe, but it's also evil. It's always 2 sides to the coin. It's always a up, it's always a down. If it's a left, it's a right. You know what I mean? So, peace, y'all. I'll be back through. I'm working on music too. Feel me? So, anybody got any questions or whatever, anything, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. But other than that, peace out.